Hello, good morning. Today, in designing of pattern recognition system, we will discuss, as in the last lecture, we consider PR as the two-step process. First, feature measurement, that means feature extraction, and second is the classification. A classifier is just a feature map vector to map its class level, and function learning is the closely related problem. The main information, as we have discussed, we have to design is the training set of the example. In both cases, we need to learn from examples. So today we will focus on the learning. In this recognition problem, I have to set some knowledge or set of models given an unknown pattern. I have to identify that unknown pattern with one of the pattern which is known to us. So that is basically the pattern recognition problem to generate these known pattern. Obviously, I said that I have different kind of learning. One is supervised and the other one is unsupervised. The problem, as we earlier seen, the problem is same here. Example of spot the right candidate. How different marks reflect goodness of candidate. How different marks reflect how different marks in interview reflect the goodness of candidate. So some difficulties like how to select the features, and also we have to train our system to classify different problems. The learning is just like a teacher. Nature of feedback from teacher determine difficulty of the learning problem. Here in the diagram as it's shown, take a problem in this the block diagram: sensors, pre-processing, dimension reduction, prediction. So this prediction module focuses on our internal working of the feature extraction as well as the training of the classifier. Classifier can be said as the feature vector is coming, it is mapped into the class, and using some feedback teacher trained the classifier unit. In case of supervised learning, I have to set the pattern which are known. So a set of similar such pattern, maybe this pattern is generated by some measuring instrument. So I have to take similar such pattern from the same measuring instrument, and number of such pattern and whatever feature I extract from one pattern, I have to generate similar feature for all other patterns. Using these features, I have to generate a model, that is feature vector, which is representative of these classes of pattern. That is the representative feature of vector which has to be kept in the knowledge first. Anytime a new pattern comes, suppose, I will generate similar such feature vector and compare these two feature of vectors. What is the distance between these two feature vectors? So, if the distance between the two features of vector is very small, I will say that this unknown pattern is same as the pattern that I have in my knowledge base. If the distance is large, I will say this unknown pattern is different from the pattern that I have in my knowledge base. In this way, the case of supervised learning, what I have to do? I have to take a set of known pattern for which I have to find the feature vector, and for those feature of vector I have to form a representative feature of vectors. This represent the same class of pattern, so that what has is in case in supervised learning. This makes the use of known pattern for training as well as learning. Another class of learning or training is unsupervised. What is the difference between supervised and unsupervised learning? In case of supervised learning, we have to make some use of number of known pattern for training purpose or for learning purpose. So the classifier or the recognizer learns using a set of known pattern. In case of unsupervised learning, it's different. I don't have any known pattern, so I will have pattern like this. Similar such pattern might also be there. I can have some pattern of this form, similar pattern again of this form. In case of supervised learning, you know that these two patterns are similar or same. Through these might be different as the deviation possible, these two patterns are same or not. This set of pattern and this set of pattern are different. That is known in case of supervised learning. In case of unsupervised learning, it is not known. So you have a mixture of such pattern. Whenever I have a mixture of such pattern, naturally for all the classification problem, I said that I work in the feature domain. In the domain of feature vector, not in the pattern themselves. So I have to generate set of feature vector for each of these patterns, so that I have a mixture of feature vector. The features may be generated from this pattern, it may be generated from this pattern, it may be generated from some other trained pattern, from wherever it came. I just have a mixture of feature vector without having any information of what is the source of feature vector. Once I partition the feature of vector into different subset, then I can take the feature of vectors from every set. Suppose I take all the feature of vectors and using these feature vector as vectors, I generate a representative feature of vectors, which in case of supervised learning, this is just because I knew the class belongingness of the feature vector and not belongingness. Straightway, I could have used those feature of vector to generate the representative feature of vector. In this case, the first step, which are already known, is in the case of a supervised learning, it is not present. I have to do first partitioning of feature of vector into different subset. Once that partitioning done, I have to take the feature of vector from empty different partition. Using feature of vector belonging of the single partition, I have to generate representative feature of vector for that class of vector. So when you do this partitioning, you have to make sure that all the feature of vectors which I have put into the subset, they are similar all the feature of vector which I have put in the subset 2. They are also similar, whereas if I take a feature of vector from subset 1 and another feature of vector from subset 2, these two feature of vector have to be widely different. They should not be similar. One step is more that I have to agglomerations based on similarity, which I don't have to do in case of supervised learning. That has been done already. But what is learned? What is the learning that is known? Suppose we have some functions f1, f2, f3 and so on. In case of supervised learning, there is already told that some feature vector f1, f3, they belong to class 1, c1. Similarly, some feature starting from f2, f3, f4, f5 and so on belong to class 2. So when I am training my recognizer, my classifier, we have to make a decision that given a feature of vector which is the class belonging of this feature of vector, that the decision is wholly that the recognizer has to do. So when the recognizer is taking this decision, say given this feature of vector f1 or another feature of vector which is very close to f1, which are widely different from any of these four feature of vector. That feature of vector, the recognizer should decide that it belongs to class 1 or class 2. So what in case of supervised learning you use? Just we use the input, and for this input what decision, what that recognizer has to take care. So if the recognizer takes any decision other than the correct one, you know there is an error. When reporting error, by making use of that error, your approach will be to train your recognizer in such a way that the error is minimized. So you also take care about the error when you are training your classifier. As the part, the class belonging of the training sample or the training feature of vectors are known before. In case of supervised learning, similarly over here, if suppose feature 4 is presented to the recognizer has to take a decision that feature 4 belong to class 2. If the recognizer decide that F4 is not recognizing, in this case you have to train your data set. Interested in the generalization ability, you have to train your classifier in general cases, not for specific purpose. So in the next classes we have to go with some classifier regression techniques and classification techniques and some generalized concept for making the machine learning methodology, learning approaches we will discuss. Thank you.